What happens when an ally's actions push you to the brink? In the bustling corridors of power, how does a leader balance strategic alliances with ethical imperatives? In early May 2024, a significant shift occurred in U.S. foreign policy under President Joe Biden. Amidst escalating violence in the Middle East, particularly around Rafah, President Biden made a bold announcement. He threatened to withhold crucial military aid to Israel, specifically offensive weapons like bombs and artillery shells, if Israel proceeded with its planned ground invasion of Rafah. This decision did not emerge from a vacuum. Just days before, Israel had intensified its military operations, signaling a strong intent to move forward despite warnings from the US of potential disaster. The Israeli Defense Forces had taken control of the Rafah border crossing and had conducted targeted strikes against Hamas. The stakes were high, with civilian casualties mounting and international pressure growing for a ceasefire. President Biden's announcement marked a stark departure from previous US positions. Historically, the US has been a steadfast ally to Israel, providing extensive military aid and support. However, Biden's administration emphasized the need for a credible plan from Israel to evacuate Palestinians and ensure the flow of humanitarian aid. This was not just about military strategy, but about safeguarding human rights. The reaction to Biden's decision was as varied as it was intense. In Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu defended the actions of his government, vowing to stand firm in their defense strategies, even alone if necessary. Meanwhile, in the US, the decision sparked protests and ignited debates across political spectrums. Republican lawmakers criticized Biden's move as undermining an ally, while pro-Palestinian groups saw it as a necessary step towards accountability. Internationally, the decision echoed across diplomatic circles, with many viewing it as a significant pivot in US-Israel relations. It underscored a broader US strategy aimed at balancing national security interests with global human rights standards. In conclusion, President Biden's decision to potentially withhold military aid to Israel represents a pivotal moment in international relations. It highlights the complex interplay between diplomacy and military action, where strategic alliances are tested by ethical considerations. This decision not only impacts US-Israel relations, but also sends a strong message globally about the US's stance on human rights and international conflict. As the situation unfolds, the world watches closely. Will this gamble by Biden lead to a de-escalation in Rafah, or will it result in deeper divides? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. In the arena of global politics, sometimes the toughest decisions are those that seek to balance the scales of justice and power. Subscribe, share, and give me a like.